Originally, I'm from Amsterdam, from the Netherlands. And I moved to Playa del Carmen, let me see, in 2001. The idea, to make a very long story short, was to come do something else for a year, and then I'm still here, 20 years later.
20 years later.
I'm here for 20 years. Yeah, I came with a good friend, and we had a backpack, and in the plane above Cancun, we said, where are we going? We hadn't decided anything, it was really like a year. And then at the end of that year, we found both a job, and here I am, still. No, when I came, I came from, I was a swim teacher in Amsterdam, but I was working on a lot in, I'm a bartender, I was a bartender. So I did both a little bit, and then we decided to come over here, and what do? You're gonna tend bar, so I worked behind the bar, and then all of a sudden I started an aqua fitness group here that was fantastic, with people who work in the evening, and then we did the aqua fitness was at 12 in the day, and it was great. It was great. And then yes, things changed, and then all of a sudden somebody dragged me to yoga, and I said, I don't want to do that, because yoga in my head was sitting on a mat and talking to God. And I always say this, I know that, but I think so. But really, somebody dragged me, and from that day, that person, her name was a Dutch person. Her name was Marjolein, because he passed. And it's a good Dutch friend. And she says, Ellen, let's go to yoga. I said, okay. I went to yoga. She didn't even came. She just told me. She didn't do yoga. She said, you have to go to yoga because you so. I said, okay, I'm going. So I went. Anxious person. I was an anxious person. I think maybe a lot of people will relate. A lot of people come to their yoga mat to figure something out, and I was anxious. Little. Yeah, I can say this now. Panic attacks. I was not really. And at that first yoga practice, and I'm not kidding, I felt something shifting. No, not like the whole world changes and I walked out enlightened, but there was something. I said, hey, I want to explore more. And then after a week, I talked to my teacher, and I said, I would like to study more. She gave me a book, and then I did training after training after training. Because I thought, if I can feel like that after one class, I would love to help others, because if you don't have a peace of mind, it's can be a struggle. And I'm not, I don't want to go so far that I will say I cure your, anxiety or depression, because everybody has this, that's not, but for me it helped. And I think if I can do this, if I can make a person breathe better, I did a job. Yoga is a science. Yoga has so much beauty, but everybody who comes to yoga, and in the West it's mostly that they roll out the mat and they start with yoga postures, and everybody can take it as they want. Everybody who comes to mat has a different reason what brought them to their yoga mat, and it depends on who you are and what you want. And it can be a lifetime study, or it can just be that hour you practice on the yoga and you walk out and you feel better, and taking yoga off the mat, it depends on you, because I'm doing it now, I'll have to say, for 17 years. And just last weekend I did a workshop. And there were still things after 17 years with my teachers and studies. I think, oh my God, I didn't know that. So but it is from the and I don't want to use beginners, because from the moment you step on the mat, if you let it, and if you have a good teacher, of course, it is such a help. It's such a help. It's such an uplift, and then if you understand it right, it's not about becoming a pretzel. The word pretzel, that you can bring your feet behind your head. It would be okay if you can, and some people like it, and that they are pretzels and applause, nice, and it looks beautiful. I understand that. And it's also nice if you achieve something in the posture. I understand that. But it's, my teacher always says yoga is not asana. It goes so much further if you want to. No? If you think I'm just going stretchy flexy, I'm good. I'm a living pretzel, fine. If you think I do stretchy flexy, but next to it, you know what? I want to kind of do a little meditation. No? Then you start,
How different?
oh, loads. Loads, because I started with like I don't want to say everybody, no, but mainly it is the first the body that people meet, no, because that's what you have, no, and we have. I'm going to tell you right now, for the people who are interested, we have 3 bodies and 5 sheets. You don't need to know that when you first step on your yoga mat, no. So the first thing I met was my body, but without me knowing it, with the stretches I did, the stuff I was holding in muscles, you know, find a way out. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden, of course I was blessed. Oh my God, I got a muscle here and I got a muscle here, then I had a muscle there, you know, and then your body is changing. Well, who doesn't like that? No? Oh my God, I got a kind of a six-pack going on there. Of course, that is nice. No? But all of a sudden, you think, hey, my mind is involved in this. No? And yes, I did heavy trainings. I did power yoga. I did 450,000 chaturangas because I want to have those upper arms like Madonna. Remember those arms? Madonna is like, I need those arms. Now you look at her, the arms are gone. But, you know, it is that. That is a part of that, no? And I think there's nothing nicer. And I don't want to say attractive, but yeah, it is attractive if a person takes care of their body and mind, no? And of course, spirit comes there as well. If you see that people on their mat are there to figure stuff out, to of course get stronger. Body mind is one. Body stronger, mind stronger, you know, and it works both ways. And then I found teacher after teacher after teacher, and of course, for first it was more a body type teacher I had, and then somebody taught me about meditation. I said, oh, that's interesting. And now I have a teacher who combines, no? And but as important is that first yoga class to roll out that mat, and it's wonderful. I love teaching beginners because you see them change. You see them coming from, you know, you see them unpop. You know, like, and it's nice, and it's not about like, look what I can do. It's more about the way they walk, no? It always remembers me of a story. One guy, an older gentleman, all of a sudden came to me, gave me a little painting. He says, Ellen, this is for you. And I said, oh, nice. And he said, yoga brought me back to painting. That's yoga. For, you know, and of course, but that stuff, you know, losing your fear. You know, it can be so big. Yoga can be so big. Now, and this last weekend I started learning, oh my God, there are so many stuff hidden in all those bodies and sheets you have. No? And a beginner, you're not going to teach that, but without, you know, you sneak that in. And they walk out and they think, that feels good, without putting a finger on what really happens. No? And then they feel good, and then they come back, and then maybe a handful after you want to study a little more and study with you a little more. Or they say, Ellen, what was that? You say you want to have a book? You know, and I'm there for people who want to dive a little more and for people who just want to stretch their hamstrings. It's the freaking same. Sorry, freaking. It's the same. You know what I mean? It's the same. You know, it's the same. Yeah, first of all, and of course, it's nice. Also, that's the thing now. I don't mind if I teach private or for one or for a lot of people. And I've always been blessed with big groups, and I know that. And your student, this is out of a you know, an eye of that you want to have students coming to you, because what I teach, I believe in. No, teaching what you believe and not what I saw on YouTube and I thought that's cool. No, you teach what you believe, you teach what you practice. If you don't do that, your student is going to feel that, no? And I would love to feed my students, and I don't want to say my students, no, the people, the beautiful yogis who come to my class today, I want to give them something, no? Because I know what it is to sit in front of a teacher and he opens his mouth and think, oh my God, this is so good. Let me write it down. You know? Think, no, this is good, this is good. And not everybody does that for me because I'm a horrible student. If I don't like it, I'm getting anxious, you know? And, and that's why I sometimes just don't go. And that's, you know, but I will, and every student should do that. You connect with a teacher or not, no? And there are certain lineages that doesn't do it for me. No, and I chose the lineage of the Masters Himalaya, so we connect a lot in one practice, pranayama, mudra, no, like a whole package. But and that is out of the eye that you wanna serve your students. No, you wanna. And I'm not airy fairy. No, I'm Dutch and very grounded. No, like, oh, you see a blue light.
That's what I was going to say. That I feel you super strong and grounded and connected to life.
I'm not like, let's have a blue light in our third eye,
Yeah.
because that's up to you if you want what blue light. So, you know, and I think to explain, and I study, well, sometimes complicated stuff. I go to my teacher and say, what is he saying? You know, I love that. So I have to go and the scriptures, and there's so much to learn, and it's so much to really get it all that you cannot do that in one lifetime. No, you can. That's, and this is not an interview about getting born again, because I also don't know anything about that, but it has my it really, you know, if I start talking about it, and you can see it has my passion. No, it has my passion. And I'm a student. I love it. I love to learn, and I thank my teacher daily. You know, not I wake up all late, you know. But then I think sometimes you teach, you think, oh, that's the teacher's words from my teacher, you know. And now I'm doing a little. Sometimes not every Saturday, but I'm doing an ongoing education, and then I'm starting finally to teach what I've been studying in the last years. And that's profound stuff, you know, and then I really have to focus to bring it, and that's for me also a challenge. And that's nice, because if you don't change, you know what happens when you don't change or evolve? Nothing. So the pain of not changing, it's painful to change, don't get me wrong, but it's more painful to stay where you're at, no? So if you find your passion, for the people who listen, you know it, you feel it. If you find something you want to do, you feel that here, you feel it. If you think, oh my God, I feel it, no, like this, and then you go. I right before, it's 1.5 years ago, I went to Richmond in the States to do yoga for cancer. You know, and first a big chunk online, and then we had a weekend in the Cancer Research Center, and that opened my eyes, you know, to help people who come out of a chemo. You know, there's always side effects, you know, and then you have to also be very careful what you say, because like yoga can cure cancer, that's not what I'm saying. But with yoga practice and breathing, the side effects of your medicines can be lifted. And people say mind over, you know, but there is this big tool, you know, and that was such a beautiful training, you know. So I'm still not offering. I'm still, you know, finding a way to. But I know that I have some people in classes who had, you know, and I know that I'm helping them, you know. And that's so nice, you know. So I don't know. How's that as an answer? I really don't know. I say that every time. I have kind of a base here, and when traveling was a bit more easier. At this year we will smooth everything out. And I traveled loads. No, I'm from Amsterdam, So every year I went absolutely to Amsterdam and to see my sis. That's the sister that's left of the family, and that's okay. Um, and I always could teach in Amsterdam, and England was closed, teaching in England now. And yeah, and went to the States for to see my teacher or to teach. There's always something with yoga there, no? Or taking classes. I think, well, didn't like that, never come back. And it's nice to go to classes you don't like because they say, okay, no judgment, it's just turn around. Yeah. So yeah, well, that's, yeah, difficult. Yes, yes, we have a very, I don't say, Playa del Carmen here, we have a very high level of good teachers. Absolutely. Yeah, we have. Well, no, because I don't. I teach everybody, like locals. People come. This is a holiday town. People come on holiday, and a lot of beautiful contacts. In my teacher trainings, I have them from all over the world, and that is nice. I know when I teach somewhere else, and I have a class full of me who don't know me, maybe one or two who brought me there, they look at me and think, eh. But then after 10 minutes they say, oh, okay, this is, she's funny or whatever, So, yeah, no, but here, yeah, we have a good group. And if you look around here, we also have, those little places, the coffee shops, the little community and here, and I know that's for the rest in the world as well, being fit becomes a good thing, and running on the beach and eating well, and we see shops changing and organic and food. I'm not a vegan and I eat fish. It's fine, I don't want to be also like I'm a yogi, I'm vegan. No, I'm just Ellen, and I try to enjoy life, and yoga saved my life in a way, and I took that and I'm trying to give it to others. And of course it's nice, I have a nice group of yogis listening to me, of course. It means that they need it, no? So yeah, we're good here, Playa del Carmen. But now on Zoom, like the new thing is going on, I got people following me all over the world, doing my class from England, from Denmark, from Amsterdam. Super cool. Yes, you can. And people say, yeah, but it's nice to be in contact with the teacher. Yeah, but it's the way it is right now. So take it. And I did the last training also, but I said this weekend, I did it online and it was fine. And I'm sitting at home with my tea. There's something to say for that at your own table, writing down, making pictures of the screen. Didn't know that. So it's a good thing, and it's a good thing. It's not, and whenever that's going to change, the audience is broader. We are touching a bigger audience. As simple as that. And some people will always be on Zoom because they cannot travel to see people live here or wherever I go. Zoom or any platform. I don't know. There's a lot of platforms doing it now, but I like Zoom. So yeah, that's yoga.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Namaste.